Imagine you have advanced kidney cancer. Your oncologist offers you the standard of care, an immunotherapy that works in roughly half of patients, plus a targeted drug. And then they offer you something else, a bottle of capsules made from the stool of another kidney cancer patient, someone whose immune system had crushed the disease completely years ago. A donor whose microbes might teach yours how to do the same. This is not science fiction. This is the TACITO trial, published in Nature Medicine, 2026. Last episode, a tattooed ex-NASA scientist holed up in a hotel room, took a wild pharmacy of antibiotics, and swallowed capsules made from his friend's stool. Critics correctly pointed out that this was not real science, and yet the article The Verge published about it did something 1,000 peer-reviewed papers had failed to do. It made the gut microbiome legible, to investors, to regulators, to patients, to you. And that cultural door, once it was open, never closed. Here's the mechanism, simplified to its bones. Your gut microbes do not just digest your lunch. They also send constant chemical signals into your bloodstream. Those signals reach your immune system. They tune it, they sharpen it, they tell your T cells what to take seriously. Cancer cells have a trick. They wear molecular disguises that whisper to your T cells, "Nothing to see here." A class of drugs called checkpoint inhibitors strips off the disguise. But here's the catch. Checkpoint inhibitors only work in about half of patients. And for years, nobody knew why. The answer, it turns out, was sitting in their guts the whole time. In 2015, researchers noticed something odd. Genetically identical mice with identical tumors responded differently to checkpoint inhibitors. The only difference, the bacteria in their guts. Transfer the gut microbes from a responder mouse into a non-responder mouse. And the non-responder suddenly started responding. Same drug, same cancer, different microbes, different outcome. In 2021, 2 landmark trials in science gave the first human proof. Researchers gave fecal transplants from melanoma patients who had responded beautifully to other melanoma patients whose tumors had stopped responding. 3 out of 10 regained clinical response. 1 disappeared entirely. In 2024, the same approach worked in gastric and esophageal cancers. Disease control rate, nearly half of patients. In 2026, the TACITO trial out of Italy hit the headline number. Kidney cancer patients went from a median 9 months without progression to 24. Same year, the FMT-LUMINate trial showed you don't even need to wait. Use the microbiome boost up front, and 80% of newly diagnosed lung cancer patients saw their tumors shrink. Zayner did not stop with the microbiome experiment. The next year, he injected himself with CRISPR on stage, attempting to grow bigger muscles. It did not work. California investigated him for practicing medicine without a license. The case was dropped. He later said he regretted the muscle stunt. When COVID hit, he made himself a DIY DNA vaccine. He says it produced antibodies. Nobody else verified that. He is, depending on who you ask, a folk hero, a public health menace, or a piece of performance art that won't stop moving. Here is the part of the story that does not resolve cleanly. Zayner did something genuinely reckless. He gambled with his own body in ways that could have killed him. And he also helped open a door that legitimate science has now walked through. Patients are living longer because of trials inspired by ideas his stunt forced into the public conversation. Was it worth it? Is reckless self-experimentation ever a fair price to pay? Reasonable people disagree. The institutions disagree with the biohackers. The microbes inside you are not bystanders. They are participants in everything from your digestion to your immunity to, increasingly, your odds of beating cancer. You don't have to check into a hotel room to take that seriously. You just have to know they're there. Next episode, we follow a real oncologist running a real clinical trial. I'm your host. Thanks for watching. And remember, you are never, ever alone in there. Visit unbedsidemanners.com for more.